Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So with all the beef stirring between Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar, he finally comes out and reveals what started the beef in the first place, which is what I had suspected all along. Oscar De La Hoya, he just reveals in a recent interview that he had told Ryan Garcia not to take the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Now, he says he told him not to take the Gervonta Tank Davis fight with the rehydration clause, and he claims he didn't want Ryan Garcia to take the lower percentage, despite the fact that Ryan Garcia made over $30 million, according to Oscar himself. But I believe that Oscar never wanted that fight to happen, because if you guys recall, way before they were even talking about a rehydration clause, they were in talks. They were negotiating the fight, and Oscar, he just came out of nowhere saying that they haven't even called them yet. He said PBC and Al Heyman, they haven't called them yet. They're playing games. We're moving on. We're trying to fight Teofimo Lopez next. In fact, Oscar De La Hoya had even attended a Teofimo Lopez fight. That's the fight he really wanted to make, because I already played the clips for you guys in previous videos, but Oscar De La Hoya, he has said on more than one occasion that he believed Gervonta Tank Davis would beat Ryan Garcia. And Oscar was saying that without a rehydration clause. And Golden Boy certainly did not want their fighter to lose to a PBC fighter. It would be different if they had him losing to another Golden Boy fighter, obviously, because it would be in-house. Oscar, he wanted to promote Ryan Garcia as the new Golden Boy, the new Canelo of Golden Boy. But because Oscar always felt that Ryan Garcia was a very limited fighter, he had to match him carefully. And then when Ryan started getting this thirst to fight against Gervonta Tank Davis, and he wouldn't let this idea go, that messed up all of Oscar De La Hoya's plans. That's why Oscar De La Hoya felt justified when he left that arena and didn't even show up at the post-fight press conference after Ryan got stopped by Gervonta. That was his way of telling Ryan Garcia, I told you not to take this fight. You didn't listen to me. I could have kept you undefeated for a little bit longer. We would have fed you softer competition and then eventually got you a fight against a Teofimo Lopez or a George Kambosos or someone that you had a much better chance of beating. And this is the reason why the relationship between the two can never be repaired. Matter of fact, Oscar, he also said in this interview, the most difficult thing to do, or the hardest thing, is being Ryan Garcia's promoter. I'm going to play this clip of what Oscar De La Hoya just recently said in this interview. And one of the things I want you guys to pay attention to is the way old media usually does interviews. Because what you guys are about to hear, it's not an interview. It's not journalism. And the reason why I say that is because nothing that Oscar De La Hoya is saying is being challenged by the person that is interviewing him. And when I say challenge, I mean in a professional journalistic way. When Oscar is constantly saying, I don't know why Ryan feels this way, I don't know what we did wrong, etc., that's when the guy who's interviewing him is supposed to quote every single thing that Ryan Garcia said and get Oscar De La Hoya to answer or respond to what he said, line by line. Instead, the reporter, he allows Oscar De La Hoya to continuously act like he's oblivious to what's going on when it comes to the whole beef. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this clip. And once again, at the beginning of the clip, Oscar is explaining how they told Ryan Garcia not to take the Gervonta Tank Davis fights, which really means under any terms, under any circumstances, he should have never took the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. That is the true translation.
I do not understand what Ryan has against us after we told him not to take the Tank fight on their terms, and he went against our word, meaning the rehydration clause, meaning he took a less percentage. I have no clue what he has against us. There's other than he's saying that I didn't go to the press conference after his fight against Tank.
That's when the reporter was supposed to say, why didn't you go to Ryan Garcia's post-fight press conference after he suffered his very first loss?
I just do not know what he has against us. He just made $30+ million.
Ryan made $30 million in a fight that Oscar De La Hoya didn't even want to make. It was Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis's persistency that made this fight come to fruition.
The biggest payday of his entire career, we built him from the bottom up. So I just do not understand what is going on, other than he has bad advice. He has too many whispers in his ear.
Mm-hmm. It was obvious Bernard was involved as well too. Do you think maybe he took offense to all the statements Bernard was saying earlier this week as well too, that kind of led him to say the things he said throughout the press conference?
I saw the interview that Bernard gave, and it was nothing negative. It was nothing against Ryan. It was Bernard Hopkins speaking as a fighter, giving his opinion, and assessing the situation.
You know, the recent appearance of Ryan on the Brian Custer show, did you have a chance to see that?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on what he said about how he feels disrespected by how Golden Boy is, speaking to him about, kind of what you just spoke about, not treating him like a champion, stuff like that.
Not treating him like a champion. Is he a champion? He got a world belt?
But he even went as far to say...
Listen, we're not in the business. And Oscar will repeat in his own style, in his own way. We're not in business kissing fighters' ass to tell them they're something that they're not. Now, I will promote a fight, but I would not promote a lie. I'm going to say it again. You like this jacket?
I love the jacket, man. You're looking sharp.
I will promote a fight.
Zoom out a little bit.
But I would not promote a lie. Now take that to the bank and make sure you get interest later on off that quote.
Bernard has been there and done that before, so that's the advantage that all our fighters have. They have a promoter who has been a fighter himself, who has been there in that situation. So all Hopkins was doing is giving his opinion on how he feels. Nothing negative, nothing bad. It's mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. What's been the hardest part, I guess, navigating this ship since the Tank fight? There's been a lot of tense and turbulent times, but what's been the hardest part for you as a promoter and someone who's looking out for him and wanting to, just put the best fights forward for him as well too?
Well, the hardest part has been being his promoter.
Something else I want to say about journalism. If you want to be a real reporter, what you have to understand is it doesn't matter if you're a personal fan of the person you're interviewing or not. You're supposed to ask the tough questions no matter who you are talking to, because these are the questions that fans want answers to. When we send our new media reporters to the fights and ask questions, all those questions we send to Skip are written by me and Aki. It doesn't matter if we're interviewing Canelo, Gervonta, Devin Haney, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Shakur Stevenson. All of the questions are going to be questions that people want answers to. Because in any other sport, like the NFL, the NBA, those are the only questions that you will receive. Real questions, not softball holding your hand type questions. You can never be afraid to ask real questions because that is your job. As long as you're not personally disrespecting the people that you're interviewing, you should have nothing to worry about. And as long as you're not contradicting yourself by asking certain questions that you would never ask anyone else who's in the same situation. In other words, as long as you are consistent with the questions you ask, then you're not going to have to worry about anything. At the end of the day, Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia are stuck in this marriage, which obviously will benefit Oscar De La Hoya the most. Ryan Garcia is Dr. Dre, and Oscar De La Hoya is Eazy-E, aka Ruthless Records. So while Ryan Garcia is on the stage completely dissing Oscar and Golden Boy Productions, Oscar is in the back yelling, but Dre Day only made Eazy's payday because Ryan Day is only making Golden Boy's payday. Dre wanted to leave Ruthless Records, but Eazy-E wouldn't let him go. Oscar, he already said after Ryan Garcia dissed him, he said fighters like Ryan Garcia only last around 10 years. They come and they go. And when he's gone, I'll still be here promoting. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.